Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name is Rob Williams, and I'm here with
Jamie Pale Rider,
as well as
Steve Hosenose Lewis,
Steve 3.
back from Japan. Hello, boyos. How you guys doing?
All of us good.
All us good. We're on
Almost
apparently
good.
Japanese delay there. Oh, this is good. Hello. We already got people in the chat already. It's Tony. Hello, Tony. Let's go.
Tony.
And VJ baby, of course. Hello, VJ. You'll be very pleased to know that I don't have any ASMR of the day. So this is it.
On my back.
There you go.
Golf clap.
That's your
Stop banging stuff together, Rob. You're
there you
break it.
go. Stop. You're gonna break it. Although just before we did this, host or Steve 3 was just what do you have? A can of like chocolate nuts or something like that?
I was just eating some gummy vitamins. They're vitamins, everybody, not the other gummies.
Vitamins. They're vitamins.
Yeah.
There's your
Are
there's
you
your
even allowed to
writer.
have those in California?
I can come close to them.
No, don't do that. Don't fucking do that.
Yay! That was the Pale Rider ASMR of the day. Brought to
Fuck
you by
off.
Steve 3. Brought to you by Fuck Off. Today's
All the
episode. Today's episode, we're talking Star Wars Celebration because Steve 3 was there live on location, and he's got a lot of stuff to share, as well as all the great stuff that came out of it, including TV show announcements, movie announcements, some of the toys, the video games that are coming out of there, just a lot of cool stuff. And the last half of this episode, we'll be talking about Andor Season 2. And I will tell you right now, there are going to be some spoilers. We're only going to be talking about episodes 1, 2, and 3, but there will be spoilers. So just that's a warning right there for you.
Only if you haven't seen 1, 2, and 3, there will be spoilers.
Yeah, only if you've seen 1, 2, and 3. But let's talk about Celebration, and I'm going to go straight to Steve 3 about this one. What was it like being down there?
It was amazing being in Japan. We did 10 days in Japan before Celebration started. So honestly, it was a little bit jarring to go from a very quiet, respectful country that's just everyone keeps to themselves, everything flows really well, and to check into the hotel that night of Celebration and just be hit with everyone from the West again taking over the lobby, coin trades, patch trades in the lobby, drinking beer and shouting. It was like, whoa, we are definitely white here. It was shocking, but to do it was smaller, but spread out more, if that makes sense. It was
smaller compared to like Chicago and Orlando.
It just felt a little bit smaller. Everything was a little bit smaller and more compact. Getting around, wasn't so bad getting between the floors, but once you were in the floors, getting to the booths, in and out of the booths was a little bit more cramped, especially in the vendor area. If you were keen to go and buy things from vendors, there was a smaller amount of vendors because we were obviously in Japan, so not a lot of people could travel, and it would just be local. And we always kind of knew there was going to be local vendors with local product and local art, etc. But it was definitely a little bit smaller. I had a blast. I had a great time. I was in X-Wing costume every day. So Friday.
Wilbur Hood.
Well, that's why, because on Friday, Friday at 3, we did the Wilro run. So I just took all my extra bits and pieces off and ran around in the jumpsuit. I got to meet Scott, friend of the show.
Yep, Scott was there. That was great pictures of you.
I haven't sent you any pictures yet, but I did get some pictures. I don't know if you can see that.
There you go.
And we got to do the run together, which was fun, and we got to go up on the live stage to close day 1.
Nice,
which was really good.
Yeah,
fun as well.
I feel like I caught part of the whale row run live, and I was looking for you, and I didn't see you.
I came out last. I didn't want to be up there at the front because the instructions were to go out on stage, but don't go on the. Oh God, here we go. to go out on stage, but don't go onto the circle, the big circle, because it was day 1 and they didn't want it to break with 50 people up on stage going out to the front. So I just stayed at the back because I didn't want to be that guy that took down the stage. So we just ran on the back. It was cool. It was fun.
Trip and like do a header right off the end of it.
Yeah, that would be bad. It would be bad. But it was so funny because you go all the way over to Japan. You don't take. Well, I didn't take my bucket with me. There was no way I was going to take my bucket with me because that just takes up too much room. So luckily, friend of ours, friend of the show, maybe, I'm not sure, Phil from New Zealand, he brought me one of his blow-up ones. They did a run of blow-up ones that came out a bit more yellow than white. So luckily I had a little blow-up ice cream maker to take, or
It's a great
Camtono
idea.
to take and
Nice.
run around with. So that was great. So I was exhausted and lost my voice on day one. And then, it was just a constant trying to get
how's
to every
Phil
booth.
doing? I miss that guy.
Really good. That Goose, he's just such a trooper. He travels the world doing what he loves doing. He brings all the key. He did the Narkina 5 run. He did the Wilwar run. He was there in his Rex. I think he had his Boba there as well. He brings
That's
it all, and he does it all. He's just such a big fan of it, and he loves every minute of it.
Yeah.
And, it's great seeing him. He always shows up. He always shows up somewhere. Wherever you are in the world, he's there. Great guy.
Speaking of showing up, hello to Galactic Cantina from Sweden. Hello, how are you? I got to remember how to say hello in Swedish. I really have to remember to do that.
That's going to be offensive. Don't do that.
I'm learning. It's not offensive if you're learning and being kind.
Is it?
So
I think
it is.
It'll be
I'm
Depends how you
offensive.
do it.
No, I just totally disagree.
Why don't we let them be the judge of that?
Yes. Weirdos, hello as usual. Hello, weirdos. Speaking of offensive, the weirdos are here. Okay, it's just hey.
Oh, hey.
Just like
there you
hey.
go.
Hey.
Hey.
Time to get a pin. There we go. So it's awesome.
Love it.
So thank you guys for showing up. So let's talk about some of the things that come. Sorry, we're having a bit of a X-wing TIE pilot war here. But
yeah, where's Steve's grumpy face? Look above his hat.
There's his grumpy
You can
face right
see
there.
the reflection of his
Wow.
grumpy face,
Aw.
which he took in response to my shelf that I dedicated to Steve Hosenose Lewis.
That's
Yeah.
Are you holding an X-wing pilot hostage there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great radio, guys.
Bring in.
Let's talk about some of the cool things that came out of there. I want to start with Mando and Grogu. It looked like there was a lot of fun stuff coming out of there.
Yeah.
Jamie, did you catch any of that part of the show?
Just the interview on the live stage with Filone and Sigourney Weaver, or sorry, Favreau and Sigourney
Favreau,
Weaver. Yeah. That was I was there for Sigourney Weaver. That's and like she was so loved there. Like they introduced her as her as Ripley from Alien, and the roof blew off the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I was walking by the live stage when she came out onto the live stage, and seeing Sigourney Weaver was one of the highlights that I really wanted to gain from being in Japan, because we all knew that she was going to be in the upcoming movie. We haven't seen anything about it, but just knowing that there's a possibility she could be there. It's the only, for me, it's one of the ones I've never met from the Aliens franchise, but she's just such a legend, with Ghostbusters and Aliens and everything else that she's been into.
Right.
Galaxy Quest. Come on, man.
We've reviewed Galaxy Quest too. Fun
It was
movie.
interesting
to see
seeing
her
someone
walk
of
on
her-
stage.
Yeah. Like her status, like someone with her pedigree in sci-fi and all that stuff, being excited to be in Star Wars.
Super
was
excited.
So much fun to see.
Yeah, it was just a huge rush to the stage because I was there with Ali as well. She was super stoked to see her. So it was just a huge rush to the stage when she came on. It just phones her up and you're trying to record it or zoom in to see it. It was so good.
Some of the pictures and videos we saw of her with Grogu from the clips that we saw, or just photos, it looked really good.
Pretty cool seeing her in an X-wing pilot outfit too, man.
Oh, that was the one.
Dude.
That was the one. To see her in that suit and that was so good.
Best.
Hose-Nose, that was good to see her in an X-wing suit, right? Hose-Nose?
Right?
That was good to
Hose-Nose
see
loves
her,
it.
period.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be grumpy about that, Steve.
No.
You can't be
Fantastic
grumpy about
dancer.
Good morning. She's amazing.
Yeah.
As Tony says, she's an 80s sci-fi queen.
Dude, she's just the queen, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Galactic Cantina has been amazing watching the people I follow going to Japan. I'm excited for Comic-Con Stockholm at the end of May. Rosario Dawson's going to be there. It's going to be great.
Send us a photo if you meet Rosario Dawson.
That would be great.
That'd be amazing.
Please.
I would be
It
so
was
jealous.
also at Celebration.
Yes.
Two different hairstyles each day. It was so good.
Screw costume changes. I'm going to do hair changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was able to catch first of all, Steve, I have a question for you. I was able to catch some pirated clips from people taking video there of some scenes from there. Were you able to catch any clips of Grogu and Mando and Grogu?
Truth be known, I spent my first morning of Celebration in lineups because my goal of the trip was to get the Cherry Blossom Trooper. because as you know, I like to collect troopers, and
Yes.
this was just going to be the thing that I didn't care what else I took home. If I could get that trooper, that would be my memento of going. So I got up at 6 after about 4 hours sleep, and I went into the lineup. Both me and Ryan, we got into line. I was already kitted up in my X-Wing and my jacket. And so we stood in line for many hours, and then it stood in another line, and then we stood in another line. And then just like the excited kidult that I am, I semi-run to the Hot Toys booth and got in another lineup.
Knocking over children and throwing old ladies.
There's no children around at that time. It's adults. So you're knocking over
The grown-up children.
It was a mission, man. It was a mission, and I had to get it, and then I could have just enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I did. I persevered, and I got what I needed.
Can we take a peek at it, sir?
Oh yeah.
Can you show us?
I haven't unpacked anything or unboxed it yet, but
can we take a look at the trooper? It's one of my favorite things.
It's still in its cellophane.
Oh my gosh, look at that! Is one of my favorites that came out.
So
of the show.
If you want to keep talking, I'm gonna take it out. Just
are we having an unboxing?
No, I'm not gonna
with ASMR. ASMR.
I won't unbox it, but I'll show you the inside because everyone's seen the box, right?
Okay. While you're doing that, Galactic Cantina says Ewan's going to be there too. Oh, there you go. But it's out of my budget and can only be there for one day. That Rosario's there. So
celebrity photos and autographs are so expensive, man.
First time he's also seeing Return of the Sith.
Yeah.
Me and Jamie went to see it last weekend.
Congratulations. So. That's awesome.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Here's Steve 3 with the box here. So it's an
unboxing,
an audio unboxing here. So we're going to do play-by-play.
Best kind.
I thought
doing color commentary.
We're not going live.
So right now,
I think he's reaching under the box.
Bending
right now,
over.
folks.
So there's the inside.
Himself.
There's the little slip cover inside of the box.
Now we're looking at the inside of the box.
Yeah. You're doing
it
better
is a little
job
more
than I am.
pink.
There's more pink on this one.
Fun fact:
underneath
pink is Pantone number C153.
This is what
Steve is scratching his left testicle.
This is what everyone was there for. The jacket, the kimono jacket you get with the trooper.
Yeah.
So it's like a silk jacket that he gets to bear. Look at it.
Just
beautiful is that?
Lovely. Absolutely beautiful.
Jamie, I think we found your voice perfection here.
And
I think this is what you have to do.
2 weapons too.
This and commentate golf.
I'm looking forward to getting that thing out of the box. And if you're just listening to this, you should have been watching.
Oh, Rob's gone bye. We broke Rob.
Perfect.
I just got to bust out my golf announcer voice. This is the best.
This is the best.
Steve, keep going. You're doing great.
He's looking a little confused. He's on the trap.
He's doing a beautiful job of unboxing.
But there you go. So that's the inside of the thing that everyone was trying to get.
He's regaling us with his tale of woe and daring do.
Are we not live right now?
Oh, we absolutely
yes, Scott.
are.
Yeah.
We are live, but we're also doing audio.
But tough tits to the people that don't watch. You should watch live. We're not here to pander to the masses who are lazy.
No. Saying some very offensive things. You can actually see our subscriber count dropping. Steve going with a very unorthodox tactic of insulting our listeners.
There's a reason we go live,
for him.
Okay, so if we're doing it live video, will you show us something?
That's all you're going to get.
Show us something.
Okay,
I showed you something you can normally see. And all
sorry, I couldn't see it through the tears of my eyes. I guess I'm sorry, but it looked really lovely.
Get online and research it yourself, people.
Yes. It looks great. It looks so cool, man.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
All right. So
insulting his co-hosts on the show.
Let's
continuously digging that hole.
I don't want to go from here. So anybody want to add something to Mando or Grogu? Because I think that's what we were originally talking about.
Sigourney Weaver, dude.
That's
what it's all about.
When's that coming out again? I can't remember. Because it's a movie, and I'm really happy it's a movie.
Next year.
Next year?
Okay. Next year, 2026.
I'm so glad.
The in-between time before the next celebration.
Awesome. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me. I'm just all verklempt from laughing so much. Let's talk about Starfighter. That was really nice. That was a nice surprise. Host, since you like X-Wing so much. Anything from about Starfighter you want to add to it there? Did you catch any of the previews or any of
I
the
didn't
talk?
catch any of it. I'm going to be useless in this discussion, but I think it'll be great. Anything flying pilots, whether they're weenies with their shields or not,
With their weenies?
their weenie shields.
Oh, I misheard you. I'm sorry.
Steve 3.
Yeah.
I apologize, Sozo. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's all I got.
Steve 3, I wanted to ask you, because one of the things me and Jamie were talking about off air when we first heard about this was what happened. So with Paulie's show that was originally supposed to come out, was
Rangers.
The Rangers. Is this
Rangers
a replacement?
Republic.
Was this a replacement of it, do you think? Or is this kind of like a rebranding, or just a completely different thing? What do you think about that?
No idea, really. I mean, we all know that there was supposed to be Rangers of the Republic. I don't know if there's any guarantee that that was going to be something that Paul was in, but there was definitely going to be the Rangers of the Republic out there. A lot of people have been saying they want to see more on the X-Wing side because it's all Imperial. We never really get a lot of X-Wing.
Where's my Rogue Squadron show?
You know,
I want my elephant.
I think it's cool. I think that's cool that that's coming. So yeah, I hope it's going to be something along those lines. But it's going to be interesting to see what Mando and Grogu gives us, because maybe that's going to set the stage for it, because we know Sigourney Weaver will be the leader of the New Republic people, right? So she's going to be the general, or whatever her title is going to be, this battle hardened pilot. And we also got a glimpse of seeing Zeb in there as well, right? So we know that Zeb's going to be making a comeback too. So I think this is probably going to set the scene to get more X-Wing pilots in there. Give us another side of this thing, other than TIE fighters and different types of TIE fighter and TIE pilots.
Get your TIE fighter out of my mouth. Wait.
Frizzy?
Again, I didn't see any of that.
On that one, actually.
That's the one thing I didn't see anything of either, because I was too busy trying to get that thing I just showed you.
It sounds like there wasn't much. Like, that was just the first thing they did, and it was just kind of a surprise announcement where they basically just announced the title of the movie.
Well, they brought Ryan Gosling out. That was pretty big.
Yeah, Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling were there, which is pretty exciting. We were recording at the time that they came out, so we're kind of going nuts. But they didn't have much to say.
No, just like, hey, a movie's coming, and we're in it.
Yeah. Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, Galactic Cantina says, if we don't get a driver Easter egg with a scorpion jacket, right?
I mean, let's get Ryan Gosling in a poly-style leather jacket and just have the scorpion on the back with the bomber jacket. Boom, done.
Go.
Let's go.
Is he an X-Wing pilot? Do we know much about it?
He's an X-Wing pilot post Return of the Jedi.
Oh, okay, so that same universe time.
5 years after Rise of Skywalker.
Awesome.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. There we go.
And it says will not be part of the Skywalker saga.
Well, I'm assuming, a lot of that's been kind of put to the side, and then that will be for Daisy Ridley's type of movie. I think that's the only time we'll touch that.
Give it a show. We didn't hear
anything about that.
That's actually very noticeable. There was nothing there. So,
and the other thing as well, just not to sidetrack too much, but it's always great to go to a celebration. But to me, you go to a celebration to celebrate things that have been done and to hear about new releases, not just show off and advertise new releases. So there was zero really going on for Revenge of the Sith, which is something they should be celebrating, because a lot of people love that movie. Hayden was there. Right. Yeah. But there was not a lot done specifically for that movie. It's all talking about the stuff he's doing now. Yeah. They also didn't do anything about Force Awakens, which was 10 years old.
10 years, man.
Pretty much to the day, right? So that should have probably got something, right?
Yeah.
But that's
a good point. They're a little preoccupied on all the new and shiny stuff.
But it's not like they ran out of time. There's plenty of room for everything, right? So I think if you can do that too, and maybe show the people that you have trust in the stuff you've done and you still believe in it, might be good, because there was just nothing. There was a hat and a jacket and some hoodies for Revenge of the Sith. But nothing. Why you got Hayden Christensen there, and everyone is giving him the love he deserves, right? You should give some praise for the stuff that came out beforehand too, and celebrate that a little bit, So I was quite disappointed there was nothing pushed for that.
Did you see Hose Nose or C3? Did you guys see Revenge of the Sith in theater?
Yeah.
Recently, I should say.
No, not for a rerun.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, me and Jamie went to see it. So much fun. Jamie couldn't stop clapping at the end. It was great. So at one point, he just yelled out "chicken jockey." I don't know what that was about, Jamie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of that one. Darth Maul. That's animated, obviously.
Yeah, but that looks dope. That looks so much fun.
Is this kind of like take place around just after Solo? Is this how I understand it? So we kind of, or around the time of the Solo movie where he's.
They didn't say much about the timing. That one I watched the full interview with Sam Witwer and sorry, I can't remember her name, but the producer on the show. Like they said a lot of words without saying a lot about the show.
I just quick Googled. It says the series will follow Maul as he rebuilds his criminal empire between the events of Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff to cover there. It's going to be pretty
totally.
Good. Yeah.
But he dies
before A New Hope.
Yeah, before A New Hope.
Yeah, Rebels.
So, yeah. I'm just trying to do the time math. I'm trying to figure out the BBY sort of stuff, but any which way. So it looks good. I mean, anytime you have Sam Witwer up there, he's going to give it his all. So looking forward to seeing what happens there. I wonder if we'll have a Prince Sizor appearance. That'd be kind of cool. Anything else about that one at all, guys?
Looking forward to it. Good to see they're going to do it. It's always fun to listen to Sam Witwer talk as well because he's got such a passion for it.
Yeah.
Ahsoka season 2. I'm looking forward to this one. And they announced a new actor who's playing. Oh gosh, what was the character's name again?
Baylan Skoll.
Baylan Skoll. Yeah. So that was a nice little intro, and I'm literally looking forward to Ahsoka season 2. I want to see what happens there. Did you guys catch any of that?
Yeah, I didn't go to the actual live on the stage one, but I did go to the virtual one where they stream it through to the stage. So I was in the galactic stage or whatever it was. But it was. I think I said before we start the show, it's always good to listen to Dave Filoni talk. It's always good to see him talk about stuff because he just believes in it. But like you said, when he talked about paying tribute to, oh God, I've totally blanked on his name.
Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, you could see him. You could see him emotionally clam up. You could see he was definitely affected by losing this person. But that kind of made it a little bit more impactful when you could see his trust in who they'd chosen. Because there was a point, he said there was a point where he didn't think that they could continue that story because Ray Stevens he put across such a powerful presence for that character. He didn't feel he could continue with it.
He's easily one of my favorite characters of recent.
But they do have a lot of trust in this, and everybody's on board with it, and everyone knows that they've got somebody that can step into the footsteps and continue this character's arc, which is great to know, because if it's not worth doing it, you don't do it sometimes, right? And I'm glad they are going to do it.
100%.
Galactic Cantina says the new Baylan actor was great in Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones.
He was good.
Yeah.
Who's the new actor?
He was the Hound.
The Hound.
Rory McCann?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's new Baylan.
Yeah, and it's true. He was quite close with Ray as well. So he knows what he's got to step into, and he knows he's got to do it well. So that's good.
Hello, John, by the way, all the way up from Comox. I just doxed you. There you go. He was great in Hot Fuzz too, apparently. So I don't remember him in Hot Fuzz.
Yarp.
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 There you go. Yarp, Johnson.
But one of the other things we got to hear was that and the way that Dave Filoni put it was so funny because he's like, and obviously I've got to pay for this. So this is one thing that you're going to see coming forward. And he's got these loaf cat babies. So they were calling them loaf balls because loaf cats don't really have legs when they're first born. So they're just going to be big bundles of fluff with eyes. And he gave a good rundown of the loaf balls or the loaf cat babies that are coming out. And you're bound to be finding those everywhere to buy. And I'm sure
they're like tribbles with eyes.
Absolutely. Exactly the same.
That's amazing.
Exactly the same. So he's bringing those into this. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of it, which should be good.
I like what Cantina says. He's going to have that same heavy fighting with the Claymore style sword. That's one of the things I really dug about the fight scenes
Cool.
in Ahsoka. That Claymore style.
He
Just
felt like a
chop down.
knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John was also at Celebration too. I don't know if you guys ran
yeah.
into each other or
Nice.
not. It was a big place, so but John was there. Actually, I'm just realizing, Steve, you may not have met, you might not have met John. He's our Mando friend on the island. So
Maybe not.
yeah,
And I may have ran into him. Who knows?
you may have.
Yeah.
Let's talk about anything toys or anything like that came out of there besides the.
So what I will say though is that another thing put forward from Dave Filoni is in Ahsoka season 2, we are going to get an epic battle between Thrawn and our favorite Moncal,
Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar. So that's where all the battle is going to take place, is between those two. So that was good.
Two grandmasters at chess.
Yeah, it's a trap. Definitely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you saw that. It's a trap.
Yeah,
I did not know that. That's so it's gonna be good.
Yeah. One of the things Filoni said was that he showed a picture of obviously the mask that's going to come out for Admiral Akbar, and he says, I really want this thing to hit home, so I made sure that all the wobbly bits are wobbly, and all the little jangly bits below, everything's going to be as real as it can be. So
well, they had the same thing with Yoda in episode 2 and 3, right? They replicated like the ear wobbles from the puppet from Empire. Yeah,
because it adds such. Adds such a little bit more.
He is. That's part of his character, and that's how we remember him.
Yeah, John sold now. He's for season 2. Cosnos, did you enjoy Ahsoka? I can't remember if we had talked about this.
I am probably going to get kicked off the show. I didn't even watch it.
Didn't you watch it yet? Yeah.
No,
are you still thinking of doing it, or
maybe? I'm. This is sacrilege, but I'm kind of reaching a Star Wars saturation point. Like,
it's understandable. Yeah.
There's so much, and there's a lot of other stuff I want to watch too.
Yeah.
So, I did. Yeah. So I didn't. I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
I mean, did you watch
an episode?
I did. I did watch Clone Wars and
okay, because I feel like you're going to get the most bang for your buck from that show if you watch Clone Wars and especially Rebels.
I think the other problem is I don't have the retention of the names and the characters and the stuff that you guys do.
Oh no, I rely on Jamie.
It's like and then if I learn some other thing, it pushes something else out. So it's just like.
But yet you have a nice little crawl space for all Simpsons, and that's what it has to be.
If anything, you need to watch Ahsoka just to feel the sexual tension between Carson Tabor and Harrison Dula.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's worth it just for that, Steve.
Yeah,
just for that, and then to get the great like Paul worked on his strut to make that ass look good in that suit, and to not watch it is sacrilege for a Canadian hero.
I was there for the plot, and the plot is Paul's ass in that
Paul.
X-wing
I'm
suit.
sorry.
Yeah,
I don't apologize.
I will watch
you
it.
have to look great,
watch
Paul.
Paul's butt.
Yeah.
My job here is done.
Yeah. So Tony says if you like Conversations in Rebels, Ahsoka is a good watch. So, and Galactic Cantina was saying that it's like a live action season
really
of Rebels.
Yeah, it's a continuation.
I can see that
for sure.
Yeah,
it's great.
Whoa, hello, Joe. Watch Ahsoka for all the walking into rooms and staring.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I kind of do.
There's a lot of there.
Yeah, a lot of thinking,
pensive staring off to the distance.
Okay, so toys. Back to toys, Steve. Actually, before we move off of this one, you I remember one of your first videos when you're in Japan is all the micro galaxy stuff.
Oh man, yeah. I went to a store. I'm not going to show you because obviously it's a waste of time. But I went to a store called Toy Sapiens, and it's the Hot Toys store. And we have a lot of stores that sell hot toys, but there's not one dedicated to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if any of you guys are Sideshow or Hot Toys purchasers, not so much collectors. Because
one.
Yes, right. And yes.
So you appreciate the detail and the quality that goes into a hot toy, and to go into a store that has literally all of them up in glass cabinets for you to see, even the ones that have been sold out for years, like the original Leia one they did that was just sold out and never came back. It's just such a beautiful sculpt and such a beautiful model. That was up there. The Aliens franchise ones they did with the Cloning Marines and Ripley and they were in there. That was great to see. And then I'm too busy staring at all the Celebration exclusives and just taking them in. And I turned, and Ali had already seen it. It's just so funny. I was in there with Ali and Ryan, and they'd already seen this wall of peg hanging micro galaxy squadrons. And I could hear Ali going, Steve, look over here. And I look up, and she was filming me at the same time. And I looked up and I was like, my jaw dropped, because there was lots of micro galaxy, not like the measly 2 or 3 that we see nowadays hanging on a peg somewhere if you're lucky. There was all of these things just there on a massive like 5-6 tier shelf. I think I put a video up of it. It was so good. I was in heaven. I found 2 chases that I'd never found or seen on pegs. It was great. It was so good. But there was loads of other stuff in there as well. It's such a great store to visit if you're in town. Weirdos
are hot toy collectors. And
right.
John says they had a Mango Fang fighter. I don't even know what that is. Like, I know John's got his Mando.
The Fang fighter. Yeah, that's just one of the ships. Yeah.
So which ones? I had the same question as Tony does. Which ones did you see there?
Which sideshows or which?
I'm assuming the Micro Galaxy.
I saw and purchased one of the chases, which was the TIE Interceptor. Steve, TIE Interceptor. Yeah, it's a TIE Interceptor, but it was a chase because it has the red stripe down the wing.
Oh yeah, the 181st.
Yeah, I never got to see that one. So that was just hanging on the peg with multiples behind each other, which again you don't see. So I snatched that. I also saw an A-wing, which was a rare, which I never got to see, a blue Rebel A-wing, which I grabbed there. Nice. But everything was there. They had the Ghost there. They had everything I've got already was there. Mm-hmm. But the struggle is real when you're trying to find this shit. So to see it hanging there in front of you that you could just pluck off anyone you wanted if you wanted to was so good.
I got a question for you, Steve, because obviously in Canada, we don't get as much of that in our stores. What is it like in comparison in the state? So you have the States and Japan. Was there more in Japan compared to what you see in California?
Well, 100% in that one store, there was more than I get to see on a regular.
But that was a specialty store from what I assume.
It's a hot toy store, but sells everything. There'll be Marvel in there. There'll be Star Wars in there. There'll be T-shirts. There'll be hats. There'll be everything to do with a fan base is in there. So it wasn't purely just a specialty store for that, but they obviously know what they need to stock. So yeah, there was all the different classes of Micro Galaxy in there, but the toys are different over there. Toys are very sort of manga based. They're very sort of anime based, but there's just so much. It's overwhelming. I got addicted to the gacha balls, the little machines where you put the money in and twist.
Yeah.
I got addicted to that shit, man. I walked in there and saw a Jaws one. And I'm like, oh, and there's 5 different ones you can get. Mm-hmm. So, of course, you turn it and you get one. You say, well, this is cool, but now I want the other 4. And so now it's a gamble, right? Because you could twist and get 4 of the same one. You could twist and get 2 of one, 2 of the other. So I just played this game for the whole visit in Japan of trying to complete my Jaws gacha set.
And did you?
I did.
Nice.
I did.
That's where they get you.
The last day before Celebration, I dragged Ali. I don't know if I dragged her. I feel like I might have done, but I think she enjoyed it. To the largest gacha ball store in the world, apparently. It's like 5 tennis courts full of gacha ball machines.
Jesus.
And I walked that thing for an hour or so, and I found the Jaws machine. And I kind of did the old man shuffle over to it because I didn't want to look like I was excited, I pushed all the young kids out the way so the old man could get in there. And I had to kneel down on the floor. And as I got down to it, it was sold out. It was totally empty.
Sorry.
So you don't leave it at that.
You
don't leave it at that. Set. How many what?
How many doubles of the Jaws set did you end up getting? Like 2 full sets of doubles?
2 doubles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
struck lucky, man.
Doubles of what?
One of them. So if there's 4 to collect, a double.
No, but what was the character?
Oh, Jaws, the shark.
Oh, okay.
Bruce.
So, not the James Bond.
There was the shark busting through a board like a boat. There was a one coming out with just like a huge mouth. There was another one where it's overturned, about to eat the dude on the boat. So there's all these different versions of Jaws that you can get. But I stalked this kid and I was like, which sounds terrible. The kid that was working there. Yeah. And I said, do you know if there's another Jaws machine? And he's, oh, follow me. And he led me through this fast place. And he got to where and he's like, oh, there wasn't one there. Right. And I was like, oh, shit. He's like, wait there. And he disappeared. He came back and he just had a bag full of replacement, So he took me back to everyone, filled it up, whizzled it around. And I had one more to get at this point. He whizzled it around, put the lid back on, shoved it in and said, there you go. And I was like, thank you very much. Arigato, doesn't matter. Right. got down, had my coin, put it in there, twisted it, got the one I needed. First drop. Couldn't believe it.
Bravo.
So yeah,
Golf
it
clap.
was
Golf clap.
for a collector brain, for an absolute nerd collector brain, that was just gold for me. I didn't even need to go to Celebration at that point.
But you did.
Yeah.
So
Jamie.
how many?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to know how many suitcases you had to buy to bring all this.
We had to
stuff
buy
back.
one big suitcase. So we already took
Wow.
over the suitcases, and I had to take coins over for Chris. I think I mentioned that. I got to take like 10 pound of coins over for Chris. So after I dropped off all the coins, I had a bit of room in my suitcase. But we had to buy a whole new suitcase for all of the shit because you needed it. You needed it. Yeah, you know. I got so much crap that I didn't think I was going to get that I had to get another suitcase. It was awesome, though. I don't regret any of it.
The coin trading would have been a lot of fun as a 501st member. That would have been fun.
If you collect coins, yeah.
Yeah. I saw like our friend Max, you know Max.
Yeah, I saw Max.
He had a great time trading coins. He even got the one I've been looking for, the gold version 1.
Every time I saw him, he had a smile on his face because he just got a great trade from someone. It was just it was brilliant. It was so good to see.
Max is awesome.
Yeah.
So hang on, I want to talk to Jamie about the Black Series Cal Kestis pack. I got a kick out of this one. It came with obviously Cal Kestis, Turgle, Scuba Steve. Or I just call him Scuba Steve, and BD1. But it also came like Dirtbag Kestis as well. Had like a mullet or something like that.
Yeah, and the mustache, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got like swappable hair, or swappable head, or something.
I still wish they had the purple jacket. That's the one I wore when I played. The silver and purple jacket with the greaser look. It was fantastic.
But one of the other releases from Hasbro was the do-bag.
Yes.
Not the do-bag.
The Bantha.
Bantha. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yes.
Yeah, with all the hair.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. It's so good.
What scale was it? Like black?
3.0 like vintage, like 3.75 vintage collection. Yeah.
You saw a prototype of Paul's figure too, didn't you?
It was out on display. Yeah. I don't think it's even it didn't even look like a prototype.
No, it hasn't even started shipping yet.
No,
it ships in like June or something.
It looked legit. It was
out
the
jacket
on
right?
display.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
yes.
Comes with the jacket.
Yeah.
And Hera was above him. Hera's on top. So yeah.
The tension is everywhere.
Well, I know if you're in Vancouver, I guarantee you Toy Traders will have about 13,000 of those.
Yeah.
Of those
hopefully
ones.
they have all of them.
Yeah, I know where I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. And hopefully the tariffs won't hurt us too much. But
yeah, that's true.
Speaking of the Micro Galaxy, which you weren't, but I was, their booth was fantastic. They had every single ship they've made was on display in their booth.
Oh my god!
So it was all in glass cabinets. Going,
all those bastards to release those things more widely.
And they also had every one of the new line up there as well for you to see. Including a re-release of the 8080 or AT-AT, but in a traditional, when they did the Hasbro X-Wing I'm trying to get you to purchase, the white one, the pure white one, they're doing that with the AT-AT as well. So they're making it like the Kenner AT-AT version.
That's sick.
In a box.
Has a new hat.
Which, did I show you my new get?
I love this.
It's amazing. It's
now he's just completely disappeared.
Yeah, it's like all of you's gone. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I can't see what you're
Rob, would you like to do the commentator voice?
So Jamie's presented absolutely nothing in this swing. He's trying to figure out his green screen. He still looks like he's confused. Oh,
I didn't look like I was confused.
Oh, there you go. Okay, where did you get that?
That was Amazon. It just popped up on Amazon.
Describe what it is, sir.
I couldn't make it out.
So it's the LAAT from the 2D animated Clone Wars series.
It's called
the one with like the nose art.
Yeah.
The one that goes in and rescues the Jedi from Grievous.
Yeah, I believe it's called the Mulanist. If you read
Munalist?
Read the front of the box.
That's the name of the planet that it was on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool. I love nose art. And I saw that pop up on Amazon.
Did you get any of the other LATTs?
No,
because I thought I had all of them because they did a Plo's Bros like with Plo Koon on one of them. They did a Crumb Bomber with Salacious Crumb dropping a bomb, and they just did another one with the insignia on it. And I was talking to Paul about this today. I can't find my Crumb Bomber anywhere. I can't find it. I've been through my whole stack.
Crumb
of
bombed
shit.
his ass out of there.
He did. Like, I don't know where it's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
do
cool.
want an AT-AT.
Yeah,
I have to get one.
yeah. You need
Yeah.
one. You need one.
I'm trying to be selective, but I keep seeing things like ooh.
But
Yeah.
I will say that the AT-AT pack that comes with the snow speeders, is the AT-AT is slightly underscaled for the snow speeders. So
Yeah.
it's but it's still cool. It's still
Yeah.
great. It's got noises. It's got lights. You can manipulate it. It's great. It's a good thing to have. So yeah, you definitely need one.
Sick.
I just don't want to get into that whole world of Micro Galaxy. I don't have the
It's a
shelf
nightmare,
space.
Rob.
Don't do it.
And that is like
Don't
the
do it.
one I would want to get. That and
Yeah.
I almost got when
Oh yeah, I
9 was in
questioned
the
you on
Falcon.
that the other day. Like you
Yeah.
need an AT-AT, especially if you're
Yeah.
building a driver costume.
No, I just have to avoid it. It's just too much. So are the question by Tony, Steve 3, are the snow speeders reused molds?
Reused molds from what?
I guess the old snow speeders.
For Micro Galaxy though, because Micro Galaxy used the same molds for sure for their snow speeders,
Mhm.
but I don't know what they would be remolded for because they had the snow speeder release and I think they released the AT-AT with it first, I think.
Mhm.
And they came with two, but yeah, they're repaints. If that's what you mean, they're definitely repaints.
Okay.
But I don't know about remolds. The new AT-AT that's coming out that will just be a remold with repaint. So they'll be using the same style of AT-AT. They're not going to up the scale of it or anything like that.
Armando John is saying he's building up a Mando squadron, so I think he's going to get everyone's ship as Micro Galaxy for a sick table display.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're so well detailed as well. Like, get them out of the box, man. Don't keep them in the box. Fuck it, get them
You
out.
guys
Play with
are
them.
hooked. This is awesome.
Yeah, they're just so well detailed and playable. One of the things I noticed at the show is that they had a table set up with these ships on there, so the kids can come up and actually play with them. It wasn't adult collectibles.
Out of the box?
Yeah, out of the box. You know what I mean? And to me, that
Dropping
was
the value.
It was good to see it. They were putting these things like kids should for abuse, and they were having great fun with it.
Yeah.
And you could just see it was a cool thing to see that the kids are actually playing with toys rather than adults getting them and blocker and making sure no one bends the corner of the box before they get back to the hotel room.
All right, I want to get it. We got 42 minutes in. I want to get to Andor. Let's jump into that. Unless you got any last minute things you want to discuss, Steve 3.
Oh, I will show you this. Jamie,
yeah.
you ready to do the commentary?
Oh, excellent.
This was the con exclusive for
Steve's showing a box
Visions.
right now and it's upside down.
So if you've seen Visions, this is
Yes.
the X-Wing from Visions. So great box art, and it actually opens backwards because it's from Japan. And then you get it in its position that we see it in there. So there's another
Steve's showing
X-Wing,
off a
Jamie.
Beautiful X-Wing from
Yeah.
the Star Wars animated show Visions.
Yeah.
Visions 2 is coming out, right?
Vision
Yes.
3. We have
3.
to.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that was a good find. That was a good find.
That's awesome.
As well as the new one with there's a new cartoon show with help me out here, Asajj Ventress.
Rob is clicking his fingers.
Tales of the Underworld.
Tales of the Underworld. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, Jose, this is what I'm
That's
talking
fine.
about. I got to rely on Jamie for goddamn everything because my brain's like a sieve.
Fine, I got you.
So
I got you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one a lot.
I'm
Yeah, me
scrolling
too.
through Amazon right now trying to find a TIE Interceptor micro squash.
Oh, I haven't been able to find an interceptor. So if you see one, let me know. I found a TIE fighter, but not an interceptor.
TIE fighters are everywhere.
Yeah.
Steve, if you desperately need a TIE fighter, I've got 16. I can probably give you one.
I haven't updated my collection in a while.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'll
You need
keep
a
an eye
Micro
out for an
Galaxy.
interceptor for you. If
Sorry.
I find one for me, I'll buy another one for you.
Before I
Oh,
go into
shit.
Andor, Jose knows I got a question for you. Behind you is a TIE pilot with a mustache. Looks like
Yeah.
Biggs is a TIE pilot. What is
It is
that?
Biggs.
Oh, it is Biggs.
Yep.
Why is he? Was that an actual figure, or is that
Yeah.
something you?
No, it's an actual figure. I got it from Toy Traders too. It's Biggs in his cadet days, and he's got it. Yeah, he's got a helmet. You can't see it, but
Steve's
it's one that
pointing to his backdrop right now with a very
It's
blurry,
got-
mustachioed man.
it's
It looks like Pedro Pascal wearing
does.
a TIE fighter.
But it's got the like the cadet training helmet. I think
Right.
he was in Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you see his face as well. So when you put that on, you can still see the stash.
I think it was.
Of course.
I
Yeah.
think that started from the comics. It was like Star Wars. God, I want to say it was like Empire or something like that. But yeah, it was like all about like Biggs and Hobby like defecting from the Empire.
Yeah,
it was
because
cool.
in Rebels he wouldn't have had a mustache because he was like 15, right?
Oh, they didn't have Biggs in Rebels, did they? They had Wedge
They had
and they had
Wedge for
Hobby.
sure. They had
Mhm.
Wedge for sure.
I think that
Yeah.
was it.
He
But yeah,
was
no Biggs.
mustacheless.
No Biggs in his
It's because they couldn't
fantastic
show him with a mustache. No one would
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
I ain't
It's too
flying
bad.
this thing until I put a mustache on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Um,
I will say also the Hot Toys First Order pilot. I actually use that as a reference when I was building my First Order costume.
Really?
That's how
Yeah, man.
detailed that
Like
stuff
the
is.
details in this stuff,
It's a
like
great
the
idea.
buckles work, the snaps work, like
Yeah.
my stormtroopers. The
those guys
E11
always get,
stops
like, the-
unfold. It's
Oh,
it's so
really?
much detail.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
So
it's
much
crazy
detail.
awesome.
Yeah. It's a good idea to use as a reference. I assume they get access to the costume or at least scans of the costume before the movie comes
Yeah,
out.
this not made for everyone who's listening, and maybe next time you'll tune in and see it live. But this
He was yet again belittling the
this cable, this cable is so detailed. All the pouches, everything, the belt, it all works. It's nuts.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
arm looks really good. All the
Just-
hoses. and
even
such.
even the scope slides up and down on the gun. His
Yeah.
eye
Wow.
lights up. The grenades come out. There's so much detail. That
What's
goes
a typical
into,
Hot Toys cost nowadays?
like 350.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
wow.
they are spicy.
Yeah,
That's why I only have one.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of people who go all in on that one. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you
I
check out
have-
Bitter Asian Dude's channel, you get to see his basement full of these things. You know,
Oh, he
beautiful
goes
toys.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got 3, one is secondhand.
I think I got. What's the reuse? Is that a Hot Toys or is that Sideshow? I think.
Oh,
it
the
might be
bust.
Your
The bust you
bust?
got?
That's Gentle
Your bu- your
Giant.
bust-
Gentle
Gentle
Giant.
Giant,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, it's Gentle Giant. Okay,
That
Yeah.
one's really nice.
yeah. Oh, it is. It's great, but
Well, I've
yeah.
got up in the back there. I got Luke in his stormtrooper.
I like
right
the
now,
sound
Steve 3
effects.
is pushing
Yeah.
his finger
Yeah.
up on Luke Skywalker's crotch.
Skywalker's butthole.
Yeah, he's touching his codpiece.
Okay, so wanted to know about Andor. So I just saw John's comment already. Says, "Oh God, Andor is so good." I talked to you guys off air. Want to get a read of the temperature on Andor because I think we have 4 people who have very different opinions on this series. And I wanted to start with Steve 3 first. Like, what do you? We've all watched episodes 1, 2, 3. Again, we're going to spoil it. If you haven't watched Andor episodes 1, 2, and 3 yet, we are going to talk about it, but not in great detail, but just kind of the gist of everything. C3, what'd you think of it so far?
I'm enjoying it so far. I am pleased that we're getting them in 3-episode chunks because I feel, and even in season 1, I felt this as well, is that the episodes themselves probably don't give people enough. We're so spoiled nowadays with getting eye candy and force fucked it every single 5 minutes in any show. So I think the shows probably aren't as fast moving for a lot of people. They try and cram a lot of stuff in there, so you got to listen and retain. So I'm glad we get them in 3s because it's like watching a mini movie to me.
So do you watch them back to back to back?
I like how
Yeah.
Steve is already talking down to people that don't
Yes,
like
I
it.
just
That's good.
Well, no, I'm not
dripping with
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not talking down. It's putting forward the obvious because I've heard a lot of people go about how boring it is, and it's like it's not boring, dude. It's just story. It's just a story you got to listen to. I get it.
Slow burn.
It's a slow burn. Yeah.
Yeah, you could get it as a book on tape, and it would be the same experience, right?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely not belittling anyone. It's just. I'm glad because I think if I was going to be, like, I've been so busy since getting back, and then trying to watch it. If it doesn't grip you, you switch off. But for me, because I could watch them all one after the other, I didn't retain every single thing about every episode. I kind of got on and did some stuff that I needed to do, which sounds terrible, but I just enjoyed watching them back to back.
Well, I don't think that's terrible at all. I think that's just reality. There's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
As I was saying earlier, like I want to watch the Star Wars stuff, but I also want to watch Last of Us, and I want to watch White Lotus, and I want other movies and build
I haven't
stuff.
watched Last of Us yet. Hell's knows, I'm so sorry.
You.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
That's
It's
gotta
a
get
hell of a
something
cold
for
you
that
got.
cough. Yeah.
So Steve, I totally agree with you on the idea of 3 episodes at once. I thought that was a good idea because I knowing myself, watching 1 episode, it was hard to be hooked after just the one, and it needed to have those 3. And I guess you have it in those little triplets storylines as well, and it worked that way as a storyline. It worked in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm the only one in this group that's seen all 6 so far, and it does kind of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 so far.
Yeah.
So I totally get what you're saying.
And again, for everyone that doesn't know, each group of 3 is 1 year in time. So we see season 2, we join him a year after we see him in season 1. And then in the next episodes you're going to watch, the 4, 5, and 6, that's going to be a year after we see the last episode of the first 3.
And again, that's not really spoiling anything for you guys who haven't seen 4, 5, 6. It's just another year later. But I also agree that this is very much a much slower paced show for when it comes to the Star Wars universe than other Star Wars. We just come off the Skeleton Crew, for example. Bang, 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 fast, 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 fly, 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 R, R, R. But this one here is much slower. It's a thinking man's or thinking person. Sorry, it's a thinker. It's one that is more of a espionage sort of feel to it. Hose Nose, what did you think of this series so far?
So far, I'm middle of the field. I mean, I really loved the first season. I love Rogue One, as you know. I'm a big fan of Tony Gilroy and all the other stuff that he's done. I'm not saying it's too slow, but it is a slow burn. And I got distracted and wasn't paying attention. I got a new iPad, then I was like, ooh, I can play with this while I watch. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And yeah, you got to pay attention to it, and it's not going to be for everybody's liking, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, neither was Skeleton Crew. I agree with something John said on the book face the other day, that I'm not going as far as I'm saying it's the greatest thing since the originals, but it is, I think, good storytelling. But you gotta pay your dues and you got to pay attention to it. So I got to go back and rewatch a couple episodes because without the iPad.
So no flashy lights. All right.
Yeah.
Jamie, I think you and me are in the same boat on this one.
Yeah. I unfortunately wasn't a fan of the first season. I am paying attention and it's still solid meh for me at best. That said, I think I'm enjoying season 2 a lot more. I have some gripes, and I have one major gripe. But yeah, season 1 was pretty painful for me. And like, I'm paying attention. I get it. It's just not a show for me, apparently. So like, if it wasn't for talking about it on the podcast, I probably wouldn't be watching season 2 because it's not for me. And I'm super happy that people like it, and I'm happy for people that do like it. I wish I was one of you, because it means that Lucasfilm will take risks on different types of shows with different tones. And I'm happy there's something out there for adults and not just kids. But it honestly, it goes against everything that Star Wars is for me, and I think that's a big part of it too. Like, so it's not fun. It's not hopeful. What is that? It's not adventurous. It's none of those things. And then the scene in the 3rd episode of season 2, I have a big fucking problem with. Adult show or not, someone being sexually assaulted does not belong in Star Wars, and it's fucking disgusting.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, it is reality. It is
Star Wars isn't reality though.
Yeah. Sorry.
Star Wars is my escape from reality, Rob.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with that part. That was how I was going to approach it. This Star Wars is for me is escapism. And I'm trying not to lead into 4, 5, 6, but it is it's a bit too heavy for my liking. And you know me, I typically don't go for the heavy stuff, and it's not just because I'm not squeamish. I have enough bullshit in my life to deal with real life shit that I need Star Wars and other shows to escape all that bullshit. Real life sucks sometimes, and I don't need to do that. But there are some really cool things in Andor that I'm really enjoying. There's some moments that is just really fantastic and exciting. And then it's just, I kind of dug Mothma dancing, but holy crap in a hat. I did not just need to see 3 episodes of her friggin' doing the same shit, dealing with the marriage. And it's just like, this could have been chopped down tremendous amount.
I thought they were speaking in code when they're like, they've had their first fight. I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Someone's going to get killed.
My fiance won't hold my hand. Meh.
Yeah.
Really?
Jamie, I thought you were going to say the scene that really you objected to was the Dr. GJ ball.
I love Dr. GJ Ball. It was friggin' awesome.
It's like I love the costumes and I love the sets.
It's beautiful
in the show. It's a beautiful show and it's really well
show.
shot. Like the
Yeah.
costumes are top tier for me, especially the Chandrillan stuff. But like, holy Christ! Like now we're going on a hike. Now the daughter's sad because she didn't get her hand held. I'm like, oh, okay.
But the speaking of costumes, the TIE fighter test pilot costume.
Did you like
Hello.
that? Yeah, you like that?
I was disappointed we didn't get to see more of the helmet.
I know. I was
He's
looking at the
carrying it,
helmet.
and then he never
was
put it
carrying
on.
it, and the hoses seem very narrow.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
a
what
test
it was.
pilot.
I wanted to
Put
see
it on.
more of it though.
Test hoses.
Like
Yeah.
the armor was awesome. The red.
I am happy they explained that was not the ship that he trained on. So like, you guys seriously sent a spy in to steal a ship and he doesn't know how to fly?
But to me, wouldn't that be okay? There's a new TIE fighter coming out. We need you to go and steal it. Oh yeah, no problem. Because TIE fighter is a TIE fighter,
Yeah.
and I actually appreciated that because that whole freeze he does when he steps in the cockpit really drives home. Because he's like, I can do that. I can fly a TIE pilot.
Yeah.
I'll go and do it. So he goes there. He's like, yeah, I got this. He walks in. He's going, oh shit.
Yeah.
This isn't anything I know. That whole thing of him trying to get the chair to sit up, that really worked because he probably dug himself a hole of being the big I am and I can do this.
Yeah.
And then he steps into a world where he can't actually get through and
where
do
does
it.
my
And
hand
I don't
go?
disagree
Like,
with
what is
that. Yeah, the controls were weird. I kind of, before they explained it as it being not the ship that he trained on, I took it to mean that just, the rebels or whoever the hell he's working with are severely understaffed.
Yeah.
And he's probably the only guy to have ever flown anything close to it. So fuck it. Yeah, go in.
I got
How hard could it be?
First of all, hey, weirdos say droid builders need to build a DJ disco ball.
They probably
Yes.
already have. They probably already have.
There's probably people have already designed costumes.
Yeah,
and
Aaron's
everything.
probably already working on it.
Honestly, those guys bang those things out.
Yeah.
As soon as they see a picture, they could build a whole
Yeah.
3D version of it that can fully operate.
The drones nowadays.
But what I also dug was one of the things that bothered me, was when he runs into all those rebels in that planet, lands and he's like
You're
taking
talking
hostage.
about the rebels that solve their problems by playing rock, paper, scissors.
That pissed me off to no
That
end.
whole storyline to me, I didn't need.
No,
No.
not at
And
all.
I think that's the beauty
No.
with anything.
It's
You
tad
get.
long.
Yeah, if it was a movie, it would have been quite a lot of the movie I didn't need.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's just another step to delay him to give you the other story that you didn't appreciate, but they wanted to get out there of how
I love Bix's stuff
evil and
until that.
yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's
That
really traumatic,
storyline is
and there's
amazing.
there's no trigger warning either, right? So
No,
I mean,
there's not. That surprised me actually.
me too. So
That
I agree
shocked
with
me.
what you're saying, but the harsh reality of the pigs that are the Imperials, because we paint them on a pedestal that we look at. We parade around in our stormtroopers and our TIE pilots and our evil, maniacal, officers for fun, right? So we're out there portraying these evil bastards, but we don't see them as evil. So to me, to see him as that evil monster, that's needed. But we do.
I
we
don't
do.
need that. It's just
I hear you. I can see,
Like,
what I'm saying
that's
is I can
across
see
the line.
why. I can see why they may have wanted to do it that way, and I can see the point they're trying to make. But I agree with you. If you don't give a trigger warning about that, that's pretty
Yeah,
that's pretty
tough.
shitty on you. That's pretty
Yeah.
shitty on you, because there's a lot of people that go through this shit in life, and you need to know that's coming. Otherwise, it's really going to take you by surprise. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I can see what they're trying to put out.
I've spoken to people who, thankfully, they were watching the show with someone who had seen the episode already and warned them.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'm happy I had that warning, because that would not have gone over well.
No. And to me, it's like watching. What did I watch? I was watching Daredevil. Not to change the subject too much, but I was watching Daredevil. It's one show that I never watched in the past, and I thought I'd give a watch this time. And there was a scene where, spoiler, I can't really do it. Shit.
Are you talking about Born Again?
Yeah, Born Again, the last episode. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a scene in that that's just horrific.
Absolutely.
And it's just like, do we really need to see that, or can we just imply it?
That's the thing. A lot can be done with implication in shows.
100%,
They do it in other Star Wars media. Like it would be like him showing in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin murdering every single youngling,
which I think some people want.
And that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
So John says here, my problem with Star Wars is solely my problem with Star Wars is solely brain candy escapism, is that we risk trivializing fascism, and Andor leans hard in confronting uncomfortable realities.
And that's
but I get not everyone. Yeah, I do.
Totally
and
valid.
as he also says, a good chunk of it is based off of true life espionage and stuff, which I respect. And I'm again going back to what you said, Jamie. I'm glad they give something for everybody. It's that buffet. And
I said, the show's not for me. I'm happy it's up for a lot of other people.
Jamie's not out there on a throne saying, or out there on a soapbox saying nobody should watch this show. It's terrible. You're just not enjoying it yourself.
I love that people love it. I wish I was one of you.
And I think that's what we want in life. This is the discussions we want to have. We want to see a point of view, agree with that point of view, and just have a different point of view. I love that. I love the fact you can have that.
It does offer something for those people who want something a little more grown up and mature in their Star Wars, and that's totally understandable. I think when you go from Skeleton Crew, which was back to that 80s childhood thing, to Andor, it is quite the pivot. And some people may not be ready for that, and some people may not have expected that. And some people were just like, yeah, give it to me. Skeleton Crew was for kids.
Well, you know what? This kind of reminds me of, like, we talk about the animated shows and how the show aged with
100%,
audience, right?
Yeah.
So this show is, I think, targeted at us Gen X group who are growing up, right? So
it's definitely aimed at the people who love Empire and want more of that.
Yeah, you've also got to think that if anyone's listened to the feedback from a Star Wars fan, there's been so many Star Wars fans that are so up in arms the other way. They don't want any of this childish kiddie crap. They don't want anything that's got to do with this, that, and the other. They want more action. They want more gritty.
It's always been for kids.
They want it to be darker, right? So everyone's been out there saying that for years. So if someone comes out and gives them that, then that's keeping them happy, right? They want
100%
Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know? But
and
I enjoyed
Skeleton
Crew, and some people didn't. It's not like I'm saying it's brought the Star Wars back to the way I'm not going to say any of that, because you can't bring it back to the way it was for me when I was watching it when I was that young. You can't do that. You can't relive that shit, man. Get over it.
Yes.
But you can appreciate a good show every now and then.
Skeleton Crew is great.
Yeah.
You know,
it was the fun, hopeful adventure. That's totally what Star Wars is for me.
It's what we're all about. That's our nostalgia right there, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we say it's that, but it does need to evolve. It does need to mature. They
just need to try different things, and I appreciate that they're doing that.
Yeah, me too. And
it's not just a one note.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm digging.
And I don't think you're gonna get that every episode, though, Jamie. So
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I appreciate the Bix storyline. Like, that was my favorite bit of it all.
Yeah.
The rest of it I found pretty dull, but like the tension of Bix and co hiding on that planet and the Empire sniffing around, that was great. It was really good.
And then we get to lose one of the key characters too.
Yeah, which was really tough. That was tough. But like, we still, as a prop nerd, we got those wonky E11s.
Yeah.
What the hell? There's so many other long blasters in Star
Yeah.
Wars that are like A280. Give them DLT-19s. Like, you don't need to take an E11 and stretch it.
Stretch it
It
out.
looks dumb. It looks really stupid, Tony Gilroy.
Because those other weapons do exist in the world, so
Yes,
bring them out.
there's
Yeah.
plenty of in-universe long guns. You don't need to mess with an E11, which
How
is
much fun was it to
arguably
see
the most
Andor come in
recognizable.
and blast everyone
That was
from
cool.
a ship, just like we were playing Battlefront or something?
Yeah. That was great.
And-
It was fun and much needed.
Speaking
Yeah.
of weapons, and Andor was carrying his SE-14.
Yes, I
which
saw
is
that
like
too. That
the
was
TIE
great.
pilot
There's-
sidearm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great
That's one
call.
right
I
there.
like that a lot.
It was a
And
nice
there's
prop
one right-
shitto.
There's one
Yeah,
right
just-
there.
Yeah, that's a prop shitto for sure.
No one can see
when he
Steve.
takes off after leaving the rock paper scissors rebels,
Yeah.
we got our first planet shitto.
Oh, what was it?
It was Yavin.
Yavin.
was Yavin
Yes.
4.
Go right
Yeah,
with the temples and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
they're like, "Hey, you were on Yavin the whole time." I'm like, okay.
Next.
But yeah,
Okay.
the other thing that really bugged me, other than the Cyril's mom dinner.
Oh, you're
date
such a
thing,
hater, Jamie.
Yeah. I just it's a lot of stuff. Like, I get that it's character building, but it drags.
Yeah.
The thing that really bugged me actually was the fucking Empire Whisper campaign
Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. That
with the
pissed me
marketing
off.
bros.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a great idea for you.
You know, you guys have like walkers and star destroyers and stormtroopers, right? That gets the job done pretty quick and
We
makes
don't
it
see,
pretty
yeah,
threatening.
we don't see those until later, though. So I guess
Yeah.
they got to put out the propaganda. They want to see that they're the
Yeah.
espionage and the propaganda from the other side. I get
Yeah,
it.
it's a big empire, and there's two guys running this. It was just weird. It was slimy. It was kind of like it was too. It was too.
Well, there's
yeah.
nothing more evil in the world than marketing.
Right?
Yeah,
The
propaganda.
marketing bros.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, oh, did you hear Mon Mothma farts in her sleep? Whisper.
Yeah, don't, because you're turning some people on now.
Oh, Andor doesn't wash his hands after he pees.
Ooh.
Whisper.
That's funny. I did one of the things I think I'm not giving away anything for episode 4, 5, 6, but there are some things like props and such that are just so lovely to look at. We talked a bit about the set design when they go to Coruscant. It's so beautiful. It does remind me of episode 1, 2, and 3 when they're on Coruscant. There's so much beautiful backdrops and scenery and props and just the computers and everything that's in these rooms and offices and everything. It's lovely to look at there. So I kind of dug that.
But yet again, not wheelchair accessible.
None of
Everything's
it.
on stairs. There's stairs, there's no hand railings.
No railings,
Not
no
just
wheelchair
not just wheelchairs, droids as a whole.
Yeah.
yeah.
How's an
Right.
astromech supposed to get up there?
The little jetpacks.
The
Remember?
Empire doesn't strike me as a particularly accessible
They don't have a big E EDIA.
dictatorship. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We're done. Thank you.
What?
First of all, thank you. First of all, thank you to everybody who tuned in. So we got Michael. Sorry, just saw you there. John, Michael. We have the Hey Weirdos. Tony. We have what else? I'm going through it. Tony. Joe was in here. Galactic Cantina from Sweden. I don't know how to say goodbye in Swedish, so I'm
Hey.
assuming it's hey.
Hey.
and VJ Baby, of course. Thank you guys. Steve 3, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Shitsback or Steve3D.
And that's it. All right, fantastic. Man of very few words, which is rare.
Or just quick words, I guess.
Just quick words. And
Yeah.
we post some more pictures up of Japan.
I'm going to try. Yeah, I got to get some dumps down. And
Phrasing.
speaking of dumps, the bathrooms in
Dumps.
Japan, holy moly. It was
Next
that was
level,
the,
I've heard.
that was the best thing. You know, the best thing. Everywhere you go, doesn't
Weird
matter where you
take.
go. There's a bum shower in every toilet. It's amazing.
Do they have the 3 seashells, sir?
Yeah, yes, Rob. There's
Yeah,
even
the
toilets. There's even toilets you can press a privacy button and it starts the sound of running water and birds singing.
Oh my god. This is
Next level.
A little
love it.
thing comes out and sprays freshener up
All
your
right.
taxi
I'm
No
looking forward-
courtesy
after,
flush.
after rinsing it out like a upside down Mr. Whippy machine.
Wow.
So more pictures of that. So
Yeah.
get ready for that. Hose Nose, where can we find you?
Hose Nose Paints on the gram, as the kids say, for all your mediocre D&D minis. I'm gonna paint something new eventually. I've got
Thank
something on the
God.
old stand here ready to go.
Steve's
that?
showing us a
Oh,
miniature
nice.
on a stand that he is going.
Oh, it's a
to
cobra
paint.
chicken.
It's a four,
It's a
four,
Hydra
five necked
cobra
goose.
It's a
chicken.
Hydra.
Hydra
goose.
cobra chicken.
Yep. Anyway,
Yeah,
that was
awesome.
just
That is,
something for
I've never
fun.
seen anything like that. That's got to be vicious as fuck.
Yeah, I've had too many side projects going on. So
Did I tell you the goose that broke the window at her school? That sucker just pecked the hell of it for 3 days straight.
That sounds like a
good for me,
song
man.
that some pretentious band would make.
Right?
The
Like a
ghost that
Radiohead
broke the
song or
window at my
something.
school.
Yeah.
I like that.
Canadian D&D getting too real.
Right?
Jamie, where can we find you?
You can find me on the ongoing YouTube series on the Generation X-Wing podcast YouTube channel called Ready to Believe. We are now in a partnership with Tools and Talent Props. So our first kind of video, our first kind of video of that is out on the trap cable upgrade. I still need to do a video on the stand that they released, and if you watch those videos, there will be a link for a discount in their store.
Yes, definitely. So follow that link and we got you covered. As for me, the Outer Rim Rookie Show on our YouTube channel, the Outer Rim Rookie Show, I'm doing a 3-part series on Walt's Trooper Factory armor. It's it's interesting. So it'll be out. Episode 1's already out now on Wednesday. I talk about the Greeblies of the AT-AT driver from Pilot Bay. Episode 2 will be out next Wednesday. We talk about the quality of work of Walt's Trooper Factory armor. And episode 3, we're talking about the quality of customer service by Walt's Trooper Factory, titled "Where Is My Elephant?" So stay tuned for that one. I think it's actually quite a unique thing. And if you are if you are a new builder or person trying to get to the 501st Rebel Legion, I think these videos might be helpful for understanding what goes on out there. So it might be helpful to check it out. So that being said, thanks for everybody tuning in live. Really appreciate it. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. But next week, if you're listening to the audio, we're going to be talking about Jamie's episode for movie night, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, with the late, great Val Kilmer and the wonderful Robert Downey Jr. So we're going to be enjoying that little discussion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And now for those people who are live, we got to do some little housekeeping stuff. What episode is this? This is episode, hang on, episode 461.
Oh, so
yeah, it's right at the top corner here. There we go. So right there. Right. See, my finger's pointing right to it. See, it's right there. It is episode 461 of It is episode 461 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and we're talking about Star Wars Celebration, all this great stuff that came out of Japan, as well as Andor Season 2. Spoiler warning, stay tuned. Woo! Almost gotten one.
Nice. Got into
one and a half.
Tony, for your question, I don't know about the Etsy store. As far as I know, it only works on their website. I think the discount link goes directly to their website, so I wouldn't assume that it works on Etsy. It's a website only. Yeah,
it goes directly to the website. So, and we got to get that stand thing out, so they'll come out soon. We'll figure it out. Oh, all right. Thanks, you guys. Thank you guys for everybody's tuning in live.
Thanks for watching.
Awesome. And as Steve 3 says, you're a loser if you don't tune in live. So
if you didn't get to see it, then you got to see it next time. You don't know what you're gonna miss, and you don't want to listen to Jamie describe it.
Yes, you do. It's so good, Jamie.
Rob seemed to enjoy it. That's all I'm saying.
We found your calling, sir.
Yeah, if you
I'm
just
just
cut
loud.
a boiled sweet while you're doing it, it would be amazing.
We'll talk to you guys later. We're gonna end the stream now. So talk to you later. Bye. and stream.
And we're